Hey guys, it is the QnA here. How's it going, everyone? I'm here with special. It's my 1 year post-op. I done the official 1 year video last week, a couple of weeks ago, but I've decided to do a Q&A session. I promised a Q&A session in the next while, so I've decided just to make another 1 year post-op video because it's a special occasion. I want to do a little media for it. It's all good, positive stuff. So I thought, well, I'll put some more stuff out there. And I said I'd actually get together some questions that have been sent over the last while and make it a Q&A video, and maybe talk a few more points mixed into the video as well. So the Q&A, I'm going to start with the question that Spring Bishop over there in New York and Taryn from VSG Taryn it up from over there in Pontiac, Michigan, beside Detroit. They both sent questions, very similar questions, and their question was basically, how do you plan on, when you get to goal weight, how do you plan on maintaining and keeping at that weight, or keeping around that weight? And I've been saying in a few of my videos, when I get to the goal, which I'm now exactly sitting at 19.6, so which is down a few pounds since I was giving you my Easter video, my 1 year video a couple of weeks ago. I mentioned that I'd on a couple of pounds at Easter, which was kind of normal at this stage. You can put on weight a bit easy if you let yourself. But so thankfully I came down a bit of weight over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I'll get into that, the reasons. I really pushed myself and really done up the training, and I also done better, detoxed a bit, went off bread a bit and stuff like that, and still off bread as much as I can be. Still taking a wee bit now and again, but not as much, not near as much as I had been taking, so that's good, and that's helped me get the weight down again since my last video, and I'm down now into it's, and I really feel the difference. I really feel like I look like I have a big difference. But anyway, I've said my answer to this question is really, I plan on, when I get down another couple of stone, I'll be hitting my goal range. I'm hoping to keep it between 17 and 15, or 15 and 17. That's my kind of goal territory. And if I get below 17, if I get to 17 or below, I'm at goal. And if I get even further down, it's all the better. And it's an extra bonus type, gives me leverage then to work with. Because as I said before, stress doesn't go well with me. If I had to stress about not being a goal anymore and suddenly going up and you're not a goal anymore, it would just do me head in. So I'm happy to keep it at that. I feel I'm looking good, I'm feeling great, so things are going good, and just the fact now that I just have to get down another couple of stone or a bit more to get to goal is awesome. And that's just another 30 pounds or so, and I'd be at goal, so that's pretty cool. My thing also is getting into the fitness thing. I'm currently trying to aim towards an eventual 5k, maybe later in the year. I've been looking at a few of the Irish 5ks and stuff, and I'm thinking, I'm not going to name any dates now because I'd only be failing if I didn't get that, but I definitely have a one or two in mind for later in the year, and I'm aiming to up the fitness all the time, and the weights, doing a bit of weights and that, and fitness is the future as far as I'm concerned, and then keeping the food, the carbs low, the sugars low, the fibers, fats, and protein, number one, as high. So that's all positive. Second question I'm going to go into now. I've got them listed here just in case I forget. Second question is, and this comes from my good friend Kevin at the newspaper, the local newspaper, and he says, what's the best outcome you've had since surgery? So the best outcome, and this kind of ties into another question I've been sent about what's the major NSVs so far. So the best outcome, or the best NSVs or non-scale victories, I think are, I've mentioned a lot of them before, but this last few weeks I've noticed big changes in the way I look over the last few weeks. No more bright little double chin there now. Can feel the bones coming through more. Feeling a bit of muscle and stuff more as well. There is a bit of loose skin and stuff, but that's not annoying me too much. A good thing as well is I was offered to go on the list to get the lose skin removed, but I'd like to think that I could maintain a bit before I go down that road. I'll put myself on the list because it could take ages to get that done, so I'll definitely put myself forward on the list in my next appointment. But as far as getting it done quick or anything, I don't really mind, because it's all a process, you know what I mean? And it's positive if you're getting that done as well. It's positive eventually, but I'm feeling I'm looking good. I'm toning up a good bit over the last while. Things are going very well that way, so that's all good. Best thing, I think, just has to be, I've been out lately, feeling the difference and looking different. Reactions from people is awesome. Really supportive out there, people I know, and that's a beautiful thing. That's great. And that helps me, helps my, as I said to someone, you know, getting a lot of attention. No, not a lot of attention. I'm not like an attention seeker as such, but I'm getting a lot of good feedback from the woman out there and all. And that's great. That adds fuel to the fire, as I said to somebody before. Don't know what kind of a person that makes me, but what the hell, I don't really care. It's natural, in my opinion, to feel that way. But yeah, that's probably the big thing lately. Also, of course, the major one, the one that's more important than anything else, is the fact that the health's getting brilliant. The health's a lot better than it used to be. Only thing really I could say, I'm on vitamins, obviously, for the having less of a stomach, and all. I have to take multivitamins, but the only major thing now, or not even major, I've still got sleep apnea. I need to get that checked, because I think I'll probably be taking off the stuff for that eventually as well, because I'm not feeling any bad effects from that anymore. A bit of psoriasis in my legs, but everywhere else the psoriasis all seems to be cleared up, so that's good. Any small bit of stress, I get it all, which is very little these days, because I feel that the weight loss is taking a lot of stress off me, but I do tend, the psoriasis flares up the odd time, but the weight loss really proved that is a major factor as well in that situation, so that's good that them things are all coming good. Anyway, another question. What are the bad side effects so far? What have been your bad side effects? Well, no real bad side. I have to say I haven't had any major side effects. It's been a smooth ride for me personally. It's been really good. Can't say that I've had any bad side effects. A lot of these questions I'm not naming who sent the questions, because they don't want to be named or whatever, but yeah, the side effects haven't been bad for me, thankfully. Touch wood. I'm very lucky that way, so long may it last. That's all pretty cool. Another question. You ever miss anything since, a woman I met in a cafe last week asked me, do I ever miss anything since surgery? And I have to say, not really. A lot of people find it very hard to transition from the big feeds and the, out having the, that attitude where, oh, I just want to eat and have fun or whatever. I was really, really grateful that I can't eat as much. I still go out for meals sometimes with my folks, or the odd time with friends or whatever, and I would just get a starter, maybe get a side order with a starter. The odd time, if they're small starters, I might get 2 starters, and that would do me for the 2 courses or whatever. I don't miss anything at all. That's, as long as I get the protein in, protein's always priority. Getting between 60 and 100 grams of protein every day is my priority. I'm usually hitting around 75, 80, which is positive. I don't really count calories, not much. I know exactly. I'm probably on about 700 to 800 calories a day, which is very low, of course, compared to a normal person. But as far as all that goes, I'm finding the benefits of it all, so that's great. Maybe a bad side effect, if I had to choose a bad side effect, would be I do go to sleep maybe in the afternoon or in the evening sometimes. I tend to get tired sometimes, and then other times I'm buzzing with energy. Remembering to take my multivitamins every single day is tough sometimes, and if I do go a couple of days without taking them, I get a bit groggy and stuff. But I have to say things are going great that way, so that's good. Another question that's come in. What are my major non-scale victories? I've mentioned that one before. Probably the great fact that I had so much great reaction, stuff like that. Been luckier, if you know what I mean, situations. Also, another great non-scale victory is the planes. I was on a plane over the last while, and able to sit in the plane, no problems at all, no problems with seatbelts, stuff like that, so that's cool. Other great non-scale victories would be the one I mentioned there as well, about the all the different things that were wrong with me before are all gone, so it's cool. Couldn't beat that, folks. Yeah, I mentioned that I had been detoxing the last couple of weeks. I was given a good tip about cider vinegar and squeezing lemon and mixing that along with water and along with the other one was cinnamon and some what was it, pepper, cyanide pepper, or cyanide pepper, and then all that stuff mixed together in a concoction. Drink it down, horrible stuff, but it does have a big effect. I had it for a week there last week, and every morning, and I tried to cut back on the carbs a lot. Most days I went without carbs, and I found changing them few things and upping the training, really it added up to me losing 4 pounds last week, and even this week I'm going to start taking the vinegar tomorrow again. I took a few days off it there, but tomorrow again I'm going to start taking it for a few days, along with I've been cutting the carbs as much as I can as well. I've been on the drink a few nights there though, so I've had a good few nights drinking there, with friends or whatever, and out and about. So that probably will affect it a bit. I haven't weighed in a few days now, but as on my last weigh-in I was 19.6, so that's a good stage to be at as far as my weight goes, down a good bit there. So I hope now it keeps going down, keeps as long as I'm pushing myself now to keep at it, keep it work, make it work. It's going to be good. I really feel like big changes coming here. I'm going to stand up here now and see that I am looking pretty good. Well, as I say so myself, I'm not being big-headed, but I feel I'm looking good. There we go. So you can see there that I'm not exactly, well, I suppose it's hard to tell when I'm doing that, but I feel I'm doing good. I feel that I'm looking good, and it's a good step. I think the training really helps tone you up, make you feel great and stuff. It's hard to beat them things. Let me see now, is there anything else I want to add to this? I feel that when I'm out and about, I'm having a great time with friends and out having a few drinks or whatever. I had a great night the other night. I really noticed for the first time in a long time there this past weekend, I really noticed a big difference in the way I suppose I went on about this before, but it's just so great. It feels so great to me, and I never want anyone to think that I'm all of a sudden getting big-headed about all this or anything. It's not the case at all. I'm just so happy to be in the way it is now, happy that it's going like that, and things are going so well that way. And I'm just being honest. Everything I put out here, I do it, and I'm very, very positive. Another great thing that's happening, myself and other WLS people from WLS Guide, which is an online group, and from the bariatric surgery group in Ireland. There's a good few of us meeting up in Limerick at the end of April, which is going to be a great weekend. We're going to be meeting up with loads of them and sharing stories and experiences, and going to all meet up and have lunch and stuff, and be a nice little weekend, and be a good day, and be a nice couple of days away as well. So looking forward to that, meeting all my buddies from WLS Guide, and of course bariatric surgery Irish group as well. Should be fun. Yeah, so that's all basically it. I just thought I'd bring you my little Q&A here for CKTV on YouTube. It's been great bringing it to you. Other exciting stuff happening these days. Things are good on the work front. I've recently got some work, which is very positive for me. Haven't worked properly in years, so it's nice to get something like that. Hopefully it goes well and I can have it for a while now. It'd be good. Also coming up are other nice things happening for me. Myself and my good friend Marty Moyer are going to be doing an album. We have actually started doing an album. We've done about 7 tracks or something so far. We're working on it weekly now, one day every week in the studio. That's going very well. We're hoping to complete that in the summer, and probably be a 14-track album. We're doing a few covers. A good few covers we're going to be doing together. Going to be a couple of solo tunes from myself on the album. There's also going to be a few of Marty's own self-written songs, and it'll all amount up to 14 tunes, hopefully 14 or 15 tunes. That's the plan. So we put down a lot of the music and some lyrics so far for that album, so that's going to be fun. You're going to be able to get that online on the major online websites, and you'll also be able to get it in shops here in Donegal and Inishowen, and maybe Letterkenny and Derry as well. So that's all planned in 2018. Hopefully be out in the shops and online for Christmas, for maybe November 2018. That is the plan. Oh yeah. So that's happening. It's going to be called QnA and Marty, The Celtic Connection, our first 2-piece album. I've done a few albums in the past of covers, a few cover albums for charities. Marty's done an album before, a self-written album called A Northern Soul. So we're bringing our talents together and collaborating and bringing you album of great music, all brought together by Beechwood Recordings up there in Derry City, which is a great recording studio. So big shout out to them as well. So it's been great bringing it to you here on CKTV, folks. My update for, and of course as well, I just want to mention big shout out to David Harkin out there, who is putting a film I was on last year into some of the film festivals. The film called Black Monday, kind of a gangster film, and I'm involved in that one, and that's hopefully that'll be out in DVD this summer as well, so that's exciting too. But thank you for joining me here, and I'll be back maybe in a couple of months with another update. I'm trying to do the updates less now, but who knows, I might decide, take a notion and come online. I'll be doing more of the WLS conversation with QnA over the next few months as well. I've got a few people lined up, one from Australia. I've got a few lined up from America, and I've got a couple of English people lined up to come on the show for the WLS Conversations show on YouTube. So a lot of stuff going on, folks, and who knows what's going to come up next. But another thing that's happening this Wednesday, I've got a interview for Belfast's NVTV, in Belfast. It's a Freeview channel. That's going to be filmed this Wednesday. I'll be actually on Wednesday this week. I've got filming for that from 12 to 2 or something, and I've got recording studio for my album between 2 and 5. So it's going to be a really busy day on Wednesday, but it's good to be part of it all. And this time last year, or before my surgery, I wouldn't have even dreamed of doing all this stuff. So it's great. It's great, positive stuff. But so I'm going to be on that, talking about my journey, my WLS journey on NVTV, Culture Hub TV, with Stacey Fitzpatrick, my good friend Stacey, who presents that show and produces it. And that's going to be fun. I'll be talking about my journey, and apparently also she wants us to do a performance on that. So I'll probably get Marty involved, maybe do a QnA and Marty performance for that show as well, which will be pretty cool. But anyway, thank you for joining me, folks. It has been the QnA, and I'm down another few pounds since the last time I was on, so it's all going well. I think that's now I'm down 13 stone 2 pounds altogether, and it's pretty cool. QnA over!